Good evening, everyone. This is the second TiBLANEI students presentation series for this year. And today we have both of the presenters, Nilmoy Amchi from Guwahati University and Rinki Borua from Assam University, Silchar. And Nilmoy will be the first presenter, and he will be presenting on classifiers of Tiwa. Each of you will be given 15 to 20 minutes of presentation time each, followed by discussions. So over to you, Nilimoy. You can start sharing your screen and start with your presentation.
Okay, ma'am. Can you see me, ma'am?
I can't see you, but your camera is on.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see you now. Yes, I can
Okay.
see you. So you can, share your screen at the same time.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Nilimoy Amchi, and I'm a research scholar at the Department of Linguistics, Guwahati University. So the topic of my presentation today is classifiers in Tiwa. Okay. So these are the outlines of my presentation. First, I'll be talking about the language and the language background, then some of the previous works on Tiwa, then the area of my field work, then some informations about my language consultants, then the methodology I have followed, then sortal classifiers and mensural classifiers. Okay, now the Tiwa tribe. The word Tiwa means the people who were lifted from below. Tiwa, also known as Lalung, represents an indigenous tribal community residing in Assam and some parts of Meghalaya. The tribe is distinguished into two sub-tribes, Hajuali, the ones dwelling in the hills, and Tholuali, those residing in the plains. The geographical location. Tiwa speakers are predominantly found in the northeastern states of India, specifically in Morrigaon district of Assam and certain parts of Nagaon, Karbi Anglong, Hojai, Shivsagar, Lakhimpur, Dhemaji, and Ribhoi region of Meghalaya. Now, some information regarding the language background. Tiwa is a part of the Boro-Garo language group within the Tibeto-Burman language family. Like many other minority languages in Northeast India, Tiwa is facing decline and is at risk of becoming endangered or extinct due to the dominance of a more widely used language. The Aegis scale, which measures the status of a language, categorizes Tiwa as 6B, which means that it is highly threatened, with users still utilizing the language in face-to-face communication, but rapidly losing speakers. According to the 2011 census, there are around 3,71,000 Tiwa people residing in the northeastern states of India, but only 31,421 can speak the language. Despite being spoken in such a vast geographical region, Tiwa lacks proper documentation and archiving, making it a language that urgently needs preservation. Okay, now let's look at some of the previous works on Tiwa. Grierson provided the first detailed account of the Tiwa language, classifying it under the Boro group within the Boro-Naga section of the Tibeto-Burman language family. He recorded around 40,000 speakers in 1891 and highlighted key linguistic features such as the case system, number, personal pronouns, and verbs. And Balwan in 1975 wrote the first Tiwa grammar in Roman script, outlining key grammatical features such as case endings, plurals, numerals, pronouns, group verbs, participles, tenses, negation, adjectives, and adverbs. Then Berling's 2006 is the most important book from the linguistic point of view. In this book, he described the inventory of phonemes and phonological features of Tiwa language. And in the recent times, one of the most prominent works on Tiwa has been carried out by Virginia Allen Dawson. In her PhD dissertation, she has discussed about the semantics and pragmatics of disjunctions and indefinites in Tiwa. Now, some information regarding the area of my fieldwork. The first field site that I have chosen to collect data from is a place called Shikdamakha, which is a small village situated in the West Karbi Anglong district of Assam. It takes around 3 hours and 20 minutes to reach Shikdamakha from Guwahati. Then, as per 2011 population census report, Shikdamakha is home to 103 households. It has a population of around 595 people, of which 321 are males and 274 are females. And Shikdamakha is predominantly inhabited by Christians. Now, this is a road map from Guwahati to Shikdamakha. Okay. Now, these are some informations regarding the consultants that I have met so far. Okay. Now, field visits and data types. 3 field visits have been made so far, and a word list of around 3,000 words were collected using Nilda word list, along with a few hours of narratives. 3 male and 2 female native speakers living in Shikdamakha were interviewed and recorded to acquire the data. The participants were recorded in a noise-free environment by using a Zoom H2N recorder. The subsequent slides contain the outcomes and insights from the data that I have recorded so far. The classifiers in Tiwa. Classifiers are a considerable set of noun classification devices in some languages that indicate the different semantic classes of the nouns on the basis of their different physical existences, different locomotive abilities, human and non-human, different shapes and different sizes, etc. Most nouns in Tiwa are not modified directly with numerals. Instead, they combine with a numeral and a classifier pair. Classifiers and numerals mostly precede the noun they modify. And I have further divided the classifiers into 2 parts, sortal and mensural classifiers. Okay. Now, this is a table of the basic numerals in Tiwa. We have Isha or Sha for 1, then Kining, Ti, Thin, Thini, Shar, Has, Shui, Sat, At, Nu, Tos, and so on. And all the other complex numerals are formed by combining these basic numerals. Okay. Now, sortal classifiers. A sortal classifier is a morpheme that appears between a numeral and a noun, and it indicates the type or shape of the object being counted. The classifier is typically chosen based on the noun's semantic features, such as whether it's animate, inanimate, flat, long, round, etc. Now, first, let's look at the animate nouns. For humans, we have 2 classifiers, Sa and Chona. The human classifier Sa is used only with numeral 1 and 2, which is realized as Saja and Saning, while with numerals 3 and above, the human classifier is Chona. For example, if you look at example number 1, Saja living, which means 1 man, then Saning living, 2 men. Example 3, we have I Thin Chona for Kharao Tongo. I have 3 children. Then Horsing e Pas Chona Khai Tongo. Horsing has 5 elder brothers. Then for non-humans, but animate objects, the general count classifier in Tiwa is Tha. This classifier is used with most countable nouns. This classifier seems to be a borrowed one from the neighboring Indo-Aryan language. For example, example 5, we have I tinta tu tongo. I have 3 birds, and horsinge pasta masu tongo. Horsing has 5 cows. Now, inanimate nouns, Croft, following Denny and Kreider, classifies inanimate entities based on shape into 2 main categories: extended and non-extended. Extended shapes include long, one-dimensional, and flat, two-dimensional forms, while non-extended shapes refer to round, three-dimensional objects. In Tiwa, the classifier kena or ken is used to denote flat objects like metal sheets, books, clothes, etc. For example, in number 7, we have ang tagla kensha labdong. I have bought a tagla for you. Similarly, we have Pene Tinkena Lai Tongo. He has 3 books. And Pe Anga Kensha Oscar. He gave me a piece of cloth. Now again, in Tiwa, the classifier tal is used to denote long round objects such as pens, fingers, iron rods, etc. In example 10, we have Shartal Kolom Tibulo Tongo. There are 4 pens on the table. Then Hebe Tal Sha Hang Kupchu. This tree is very tall. Then Ange Tal Sha Churi Laba. Bring me a rope. Okay, now these are the forms of the classifiers we have found so far. And if you look at it with their references to numerals 1 and 5, for human and animate objects, we have Saja, Saning, Tinchona, Sharchona, Paschona. And for non-humans and animate objects, we have Kisha, Kining, Tinta, Shartha, and Pasta. And for flat objects, we have Kensha, Kining or Tikena, then Tinkena, Sharkena, Paskena. Then for round objects, we have Talsha, Tital, Tintal, Shartal, Pastal. Okay. Now, mensural classifiers. A mensural classifier is a word or morpheme that expresses a measured quantity of something, such as weight, volume, or number of pieces when counting or describing a noun. Unlike sortal classifiers, which categorize based on the nature or shape of an object, mensural classifiers specify how much of something there is. In Tiwa, there are different ways in which mensural units can be expressed. For example, in example 13, we have Anga Rong Mutisha Ostho. So here the word Mutisha expresses the meaning of a handful of something. Similarly, in example 14, we have Ang Tishol Pol Prega. I bought 2 bundles of sticks. So here the word shol is expressing the meaning of a bundle of something. Similarly, Rajiv Kushasa Sa Nunga. Rajiv drank 1 cup of tea. So here the word Kusha is expressing the meaning of a cup of something. Then in example 16, we have Ang Paser Wa Mesam Prega. I bought 5 kilos of pig meat. So here the word ser is expressing a meaning which is similar to 1 kilo of or a kilo of something. Okay. So these are the my observations so far. And for another conclusion part, Tiwa exhibits a numeral classifier system that organizes nouns into distinct categories through the use of classifiers. These classifiers, both sortal and mensural, serve as an integral linguistic tools for quantification and categorization. And most nouns in Tiwa are not modified directly with numerals. Instead, they combine with a numeral and a classifier pair. Classifiers and numerals mostly precede the noun they modify. The human classifier sa is used only with numeral 1 and 2, which is realized as saja and saning. In other cases, the classifier chona is used. The suffix sha, meaning 1, and the prefix t, which means 2, are used with numeral classifiers only. The general count classifier in Tiwa is tha, which is used to denote non-human but animate entities. There are two very special classifiers in Tiwa which modifies noun according to their shape, whether they are flat objects or long round objects. The classifiers are ken or kena and tal. However, it's observed here that the number of classifiers in Tiwa is very less in compared to other Borogaro languages. That is why the slides are very less here. So I think as to the reason why there's very less classifiers in Tiwa, for that I need or we need more data to analyze to come to a conclusion. Okay, these are the references. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Niloy. That was a very good presentation and very much finished on time. So if there are any questions, comments, and suggestions for our presenter, then the room is open for discussion now. Participants presenter can unmute and ask questions. Meanwhile, I have a few things to clarify regarding the classifier that can. There are two variants which I would see, like one is as ken and the other is as kin. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, ken and kin, right? So if you go to the next slide, or did I miss, or yeah, you have ken. Oh, kenna and
kensha.
Yeah, kenna and kensha. So can you explain as in is kenna the free form and ken the the reduced, morphologically reduced form of it, or is it something else?
Yes, ma'am, it looks like when the word kena is used with the numeral 1, it becomes a prefix. It becomes a prefix or acts as a prefix to the numeral. Okay, and with numerals, I think 2 or more, it regains its original form and it's used as a different separate word.
Okay. Because when I was looking at the word order also in Tiwa, it seems that it is a little different from how we see in Bodogaro, because it would be like noun and the numeral classifiers are mostly prefixed. So it was interesting to see that you are having them suffixing for all others which are not the cha. I think with human you have cha, right?
Yeah.
So and the classifier other than cha are, you have this ken and you have this dal, and can also can besides there was another one you said, tha. Yes, tha, as you said, is derived from Indo-Aryan, but I
Yes,
also have a feeling that ken and tal are also from the Assamese form, as in like ken as in like pon.
Con, yes, it could be, ma'am.
Yes, and tal as in like dal.
Dal,
So
yes.
yeah, so it could be that the reason why you see them suffixing for ta and ken and tal are is because these are nativized from the Assamese classifiers. Otherwise, the forms would always be like prefixing, if I'm correct. Like in Dimasa, it would be always be prefixed with the numerals. So Yeah, so that is something that I just noticed. Because for humans, you have cha and can you
Cha
go
and chona.
yeah, cha and shona. So you have shaja, shaning. So wherever you have the retained bugaro, then you have that prefixing, and this is the word order that we actually have in a
Ma'am,
Boro. Yeah.
can the word chona, that classified chona, can also it be related to the Assamese one, John?
Yes,
Tini
yes,
John, Pas John.
yes, yes. Yeah, that is the thing. It's really interesting how
Okay.
the one which is voiced is like becoming voiceless, and the one which is voiceless is becoming voiced in terms of the nativization. So this is my observation here, which means that this Tiwa, and I'm sure this is Hajawali Tiwa, right? If I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. And if this is the situation of Hajawali Tiwa, that means classifier system is very much
Endangered, I would
endangered
say.
in
Yes,
Cuba.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh yes, Charlie has a question. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, it's actually you already asked the main I think question that I had, but much more precisely. So I just wanted to follow on that. I think the ordering variation is quite interesting. Which ones are being prefixed and which ones are occurring after the noun. So I'd be curious to see maybe in a future study the kind of variation you get in Tiwa. So
Okay.
if you had, a number of different speakers, do they vary in whether they're going to produce it as a suffix or as a prefix form, or do they always choose one? So that would be quite interesting data to see, I think, in the future on, how much variation person to person or even regionally and dialectally do you get in terms of whether something occurs as a prefix or in the Portuguese fashion or more as a post position after the noun, more like Assamese. I think that would be quite interesting to see.
Okay, sir. Thank you
But
for
yeah,
your
that's just
suggestion.
a interesting data all around.
Yeah. Sayan Jyoti also has a comment. The 3 and 5 in Tiwa seem somewhat related to Assamese 3 and 5. What are your thoughts? Yes, Sayan, you can unmute and go ahead. There's enough time.
Yeah, I think most of the basic numerals here, it looks like it has been borrowed. For example, shar, maybe sari, pas, soy,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I think after numeral 2, it looks like from numeral 3, it's all borrowed from Assamese.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
It looks like
except for the Sha and Kining.
kinning,
Yeah, T also looks like it's nativized from Dui as T.
doing. Okay.
Yeah. So, and that is why the numeral system does not follow the decimal system of Bodo Garo or Vijay Sumer, because it would have been like 10 plus 1, but it is Egaro, which is a totally different lexeme. Yeah. Any comments or any questions? If not, then thank you, Nilimoy. It's a very interesting presentation on Cuba, and I hope these comments will be useful for your research, the PhD research and the capturization. Thank you, Nilimoy. And now
Thank you, ma'am.
we will go ahead with Rinki, and Rinki Borua from Assam University will be presenting on affixation in Western Rengma. Rinki, can you hear me and can you share your screen, please?
Can I share my screen? Start sharing.
Yes, yes, please do.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Rinki Borua.
Rinki, just a second. Can you make it full screen from beginning? Yeah, slideshow from beginning. Okay, yeah, fine. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Rinki Borua. I'm currently pursuing PhD under the guidance of Dr. Paramita Purkai, the Department of Linguistics, Assam University, Secret. So I will be presenting affixation in Western Lingua, which is a part of my PhD research. Okay. So affixation in Western Lingua. So I have posted, attached a background image. The image is the people of Rengma Naga. They are celebrating Gada festival, which is a herbal festival celebrated every year during the month of November. So here I have given a short introduction of Western Rengma. Western Rengma is one of the Northeast India's endangered languages spoken in Dimapur and Nagaland and in the East Karbi Anglong district of Assam. It belongs to the family of Tibeto-Burman language, Angami Pochuri branch. So during colonization, the Europeans coined the term Rengma. It's an exonym that means ring man. Huge rings were once worn around the necks and ears of this tribe of people. And Western Rengma, their dialect is Therapanyu. It served as both an endonym and an autonym because it was given by the native population to identify both the community and the language. So affixation in Western Rengma refers to the process of adding prefix and suffix to the root word to modify its meaning or function. Like many Tibeto-Burman languages, Western Rengma uses affixation to convey different grammatical features like person, number, tense, case, and negation. For example, the plural number houses is formed by adding the suffix dwe to the singular noun ka. Similarly, in the case of theko, which means did, the verb root do here is joined to the suffix ko, a past tense marker to create the past tense. And I'm here in this file. I'm and edit. Rangma has reflected with personal their occurrences per second. Here are some examples of how these prefixes can be used. Aju, which means my mother. So here Aju, which is a root word, is mother, and Aju, which means my mother. So in Apu, Asage, my father, my brother. Here, fixed with the root word do and which means nga here refers door. Prefix attached to the root word zu, which is your mother. Pengopu, your father. Ngasage means your brother. Adjective by prefixing. Western Rangma, like most of the TB languages, has a modified adjectival root that is formed by adding the prefix ka. The prefix ka implies almost all the adjectives found in the language. The color terms in Western Rangma are formed by adding the prefix ka to the adjective roots. I have given example. Ka nging, kanging, kanghang, kammo. So here, ka prefix is attached to the root word, right? Prefix. The basic color terms of Western Rangma are white, black, blue, green, and red. So semantically, they have many variations of white, which are based on the concept of visualization. Luka, tongue, white shirt, and kachang, white ball. Mentwe, kachang, white cow. Tabo, kachang, white pig. Formation of the verbal is added to many verbs in Western Rangma. It has been noted that the action verbs are typically associated with the creative verbs lack any. Few of the examples here. Kabang, which means here is kani, which means laugh. Kachi, cry. Kanre, break. Kanthang, talk. Not undergo any processes of affixation. So these are regarded as on their kacho. Here, ka not performing a the root cho, which is stone. So kacho, which means play. But here not function any kind of grammatical function here. Like it does not have only to be attached with cho, kacho. The root word kacho is here. It's not the cho or the ka. The root is kacho, which means play. Similarly, katsat, which means teach. But here, it's that, which means trim with scissors. But both together, when attached, it comes up with a new word, which is katsat, means teach. Not anything, it has to be do with the something, scissor, or anything. But put the root word combined together, new word, which is teach. For example, the root words are shows A and B shows are giving example A. The prefix ka forms a verbal lexeme, kacha, which play when it is attached to the root word cho, stone. Similarly, example B, the lexeme cut and cut frame something with scissor have different meanings from their resultant lexemes, but they are attached to form a kacha with which prefixes classifiers in Western Rangma that precede numeric create an intimately bound static unit that takes the following order. Classifier, is defining as so
Rinky, your voice breaks in between. Are you able to hear me?
yeah.
Okay,
Ma'am?
okay.
Is it clear now?
Yes, please
Okay.
go on.
Example, table ge kitab concern ma. Where A is the location marker. Sang is 3 with a classifier ka. So it should be noted that in Western Rangma, only the 3 numbers are prefixed. First 3 numbers. Me, ne, and san. Those 3 numbers are prefixed and take the order classifier plus numeric. The rest of the numbers are frequently observed to be unaffixed, which means the following orders are to be added to the preceding lexeme in the manner in which they are. For example, for 4, they have padze, and for 5, they have pum. But here, we can't break the word, or there is no any such kind of affixes here. But we have to say like shelu padze, shelu pum, like that. So coming to suffixation, this can be transformed into verbs by attaching specific suffixes. The suffixes making it suitable to describe an action or manner. The suffixes law, nyay, ki, such a law, such a sweet, and law is the adverb. Such a law means when nyay, is soft, nyay, adverbial suffix, which means boinye, softly. Tacho law, tacho is high, law adverbial suffix, and tacho law means highly. Coming to negation by suffixation, process of adding a suffix to a word to change its meaning, often expressing negation or opposite the original meaning, can be termed as negation. This morphological process enables the formation of words that express negation and contradiction in a language. Negation in Western Rangma is typically expressed certain suffixes or other word classes to indicate that something is not or which is not. From A, which means negation, becomes Jamu, don't say. Jimu, Remu, no,
Rinky, are you still there?
yes, ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, glitch. Yes. So, okay, Ping Muma. So here, I mean, demonstrate how negation works as a suffix in Western Rengma. The sentence in A is a positive sentence, providing a positive meaning. In contrast, the same is transformed into a negative sentence where the is to an intransitive verb, completely changes the meaning of. So formation of plural forms by suffixation. Plural marker is used with both animated with nouns, kadwe, tahidwe, and done is done. The plural suffix marker is animate nouns, but not with inanimate nouns. But here, examples, we can see dwe is used both with animate and inanimate. So the plural suffix in Western Rama is very prominent. For example, the plural suffix, and in example E to G, the plural suffix done is attached to animate nouns. However, the plural dwe is used to denote quality, whereas the done represents a group or something large in number. The formation of nouns, adjectives, and adverbs through suffixation and prefixation. I have given a list. Adjectivizing, we get the word tharapu, which is comfortable, and then again when it is converted to adverb, we have added here adverbial suffix, that is thi, raputhi, which means comfortably, like which is honest, and buethi means honestly. This is kalamulaho and lomulahothi, which is necessary. So coming to the conclusion and findings, affixation plays a crucial role in enriching the lexicon of a language and enhancing communication and providing flexibility in expressing complex ideas through new word forms. Affixation helps to generate new terms without inventing entirely new words. Additionally, it enables a language to create a wide variety of words from a single root. Based on the study above, it can be concluded that two major affixes in Western Rengma are always found. Lexemes in language are more suffixing than prefixing. The use of infixes is absent in the language. The word classes that undergo the process of prefixation in language are nouns, verbs, adjectives. On the other hand, word classes that undergo suffixation are nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. Additionally, suffixation also includes negation, plurality, tense markers. Most of the nouns in Western Rengma suffix to derive adjectives. The primary suffixes are attached to the end of the noun root to form adjectives. The suffix is class-changing and derivational in nature. Negation in Western Rengma is typically expressed through certain suffixes attached to the verb or other word classes to indicate that something is not happening, in addition to the negative suffix mu. Another suffix used for negation in Western Rengma is nye, which is used basically with article ta. So here I am coming to the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Rinki. That was a very interesting presentation. Although there was technical glitch with the network, but we still follow you. So we still have some time for discussion, so participants can unmute themselves and ask questions. Any questions? Meanwhile, Rinky, I just want to correct you with the gender markers. I
Okay,
think it
ma'am.
was just a typing error.
Yeah.
It should be gi and gay, but I think by mistake it was both gay or
Oh,
men.
yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
you're
case
right.
you
Yeah,
didn't
that was
notice.
a
Yeah.
typing error actually.
Yeah. And the other thing is I was although it's not related with affixation, but I could see that you have a lot of nasals occurring with the consonants. So I would like you to look into the feature of pre-nasalization because it is very prominent in the Zhejiangrong
Okay.
languages. It's, even in Zimi and Liangmai, they have a lot of pre-nasalization. So what you are, adding here in your data as a full nasal, as a velar
Okay.
nasal or bilabial
Okay.
nasal, yeah,
Hmm.
it looked like those were pre-nasalized sounds.
Okay.
Like, yeah, like there were some words that even like hey, it could be hey as in
Yeah,
just the nasal,
exactly.
right? Which you could give to the
Yeah.
power, just
Okay.
to the left of the ha,
Yeah.
because that would confuse the readers of your work
Okay.
as a cluster, and this is not a consonant cluster actually.
Okay, ma'am.
And
Yeah,
you
I'll
also
look into
had
it.
given, you also had given double M with A for the
Yeah.
one. So it's like me. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it looks like those are pre-nasalized sounds rather than
Yeah.
just being a prominent nasal consonant.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Any questions? There's a comment from Sayan or sorry, I think it's Charlie. Thanks for the talk. Can you share the slides since I could not hear at times, but would like to go through them later. So, yeah, Rinki, can you share your slide to Charlie later?
Yeah.
Okay, I can.
Yeah, maybe after the corrections that you mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I was finding it very interesting regarding the classifier. Like when you have the classifier, then you have those numerals. Are those numerals reduced when the classifiers are prefixed?
No, ma'am. No.
So those are like full morpheme occurring with
Yeah,
the
full morpheme. Yeah. Only first three numbers like 1, 2, and 3. Me, ne, J. Only those three are yeah. Rest would like full morpheme. The classifiers are at the full morpheme.
Okay, I see. So that means it's like more like quantification after the first three numerals, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And you have also given the negation move. Is there only just one negation morpheme in the huh?
Actually, yeah. No, ma'am. I have mentioned two negation. Yeah, mu and nye.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So far,
nye
I have found only these two negation, ma'am. Mu and nye.
so when does mu occur?
Like yeah, according to the data that I have collected, what I have found that mu occurs with like in general terms like yeah. Okay, so yeah, in the, Leniu gi chi ma and Leniu gi chi mu ma. So here the girl is crying and the girl is not crying. Whereas near will be occurring with in most of the times they use this suffix with mostly with inanimate nouns, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh yes, Charlie has given his email ID, so Rinki, you can
Okay,
note
okay,
that
sure.
and
Yeah,
share
I'll
his
share.
yeah, with the
Okay.
correct.
Okay, ma'am.
Any more any questions or any comments if anyone has, you can contact Rinki as well in the WhatsApp group for the rest of the participants here. And if there are no more questions, then I think the presentation is over. You can stop sharing your screen, Rinki. And thank you so much. Thank you everyone for being here today in this presentation series. And we will share you the update regarding the next talk series and the student presentation series for in the next month very soon. Thank you everyone. Have a pleasant
Thank you.
evening and good night.